Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and J.D. Vance 2028? Well, he answered that question today. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. And when you get there, please hit subscribe, absolutely free. It really helps us out. Vice President J.D. Vance sat down for a long-ranging interview with Fox News host Maria Bartiromo today, and they talked about a lot of things. But he said that she was the first one to broach this topic. Maria Bartiromo asked him, what about 2028? Is J.D. Vance going to run for president in 2028? Now, you know that being a good politician, J.D. Vance didn't answer the question directly. He danced around it. He talked about what they're doing now and what their plans are, and he said he hasn't had time to think about it, and maybe he's telling the truth, but I don't believe that. I think if you're the vice president, you damn sure are thinking about if you want to be president or not. I think he's certainly going to campaign for president in 2028, and I think when you listen to how he answers the question, how he words everything he's saying to Ms. Bartiromo, I think you'll probably come to the same conclusion I did, that he is absolutely going to campaign for president in 2028. And I think he should, because we need somebody to carry on the MAGA agenda to make it keep working. We don't want to slip back. We don't want to go back in time to a Republican who maybe will not do the same thing, will not behave the same way, will not have the same ideals and ideas. So I want you to listen closely to what J.D. Vance had to say here, and then let me know what you think in the comments.
And we're very serious about making sure they do meet their end of the bargain.
You're one of the youngest vice presidents that we've ever seen in the history of our country. Are you expecting to run for president in 3.5 years?
Oh, Maria, you're the first person who's asked me that. And I'd say that we've not thought a lot about politics in the last 6 months. We've thought about getting the American people's business done. We'll see what happens come 2028. But the way that I think about this is the best thing for my future is actually the best thing for the American people, which is that we do a really good job over the next 3.5 years. So we'll cross the political bridge when we come to it. I'm not thinking about running for president. I'm thinking about doing a good job for the American people. And I think the best way to do that is to make sure that President Trump is a success.
And how important is it to bring young people into the political conversation?
So huge, so important. And I think that's certainly one of the things, one of the responsibilities that I take seriously. I've got a 7-year-old, an almost 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old kid at home. I do think I view America's political problems from the perspective of a young father, because that's exactly what I am. So I definitely try to bring that perspective into the Oval Office and meetings on Capitol Hill. That's an important role for me to play, and I'll keep on playing it.
And I love that. You're a family man. And one of the first executive orders that President Trump signed in was school choice.
Yes.
And so we talk about education. Do you have a vision there in terms of how things should look for your children as they grow up? You're talking about killing or shutting down the education department to save costs. So what does the education look like?
Well, I think we could save costs and actually give American children a better education. We spend way more per pupil on on education than almost any country in the world, and we've gotten worse and worse outcomes. I think the president's exactly right that if you give parents more choice and more capacity to choose what's in the best interest of their kids, then we're going to make education better for all American children. It's really weird to me, actually, that so many politicians, they send their kids to private schools, but then they want to deny that opportunity to the families of poor children or middle-class children. My attitude is anything that's good enough for my kids, I want to give all Americans those opportunities. And that's exactly what the president's school choice policy aims to do.
Mr. VP, are you going to Ohio on Monday? Can you tell us about